Guys, today we got a QB tier list for all of the top quarterbacks in Madden 25 Ultimate Team as of October 31st. So happy Halloween, guys. Just keep that in mind as you're watching this video. If there's any ways that you disagree with this tier list, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to have some discourse down below in regards to what quarterbacks you do really like or don't like, areas that you disagree or agree with me. Please let me know in that regard. And also let me know if you want to see more tier lists. I would love to rank abilities or other cards, other positions in the game, or even like theme teams and stuff. I love doing tier lists, and quarterback tier lists I think are by far my favorite to do. Now, before I can rank this first card, S through F, I think we kind of all know how tier lists work. Just keep in mind some things I'm factoring in. Quarterback release is typically a huge deal in past Maddens, but this year it's not as big of a deal because there's some other things I factor in. And I think almost all the releases are somewhat similar. Some are better than others, obviously, but just keep that in mind. Hot routes are a huge deal. If a quarterback doesn't get good hot routes, or rather if his hot routes are broken, if he has really bad hot routes, that's going to affect him a lot. If they have good hot routes, it may move him up marginally. Being able to hot route a lot at the line of scrimmage and quickly is a big deal in Madden. I personally think so. Speed will get factored in. Faster quarterbacks are better, not even necessarily for scrambling, but to be able to get out of the pocket and throw the ball away and not take sacks or intentional groundings. It's a big deal. So we'll be factoring that in. Accuracy ratings and throw power somewhat is factored in. I may mention it when I look at a card if they have particularly poor accuracies or throw power, but for the most part, all these cards are kind of the same in that. And then I won't be factoring in price at all. That's for up to you guys. You guys can see the price of the cards. This is kind of a price agnostic. And lastly, a huge factor is what abilities they get. In particular, do they get Gunslinger? I love spending all my 4 AP on a Gunslinger quarterback. I think it's by far the best offensive ability in the game, and I personally kind of try to not ever play without Gunslinger. I think it's that good of an ability. It's just the best as of now in our current state of the game. Now, without further ado, boys. Also, guys, this video is brought to you by Manscaped, the global men's lifestyle brand that's revolutionizing the landscape of men's grooming. They just sent me their brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in forged gold. Welcome to the golden era of grooming, gentlemen, where precision, luxury, and performance meet. Dude, this thing looks awesome. But these blades aren't just about looks. They're engineered for excellence. The updated trimmer blade has longer, wider, rounder teeth that attack hair effortlessly. And it also has the foil blade, both which feature skin-safe technology. Also, it's so easy to change between the two blades. Just simply push the bottom of the blade head with your thumb. That one pops off, and then just pop the foil blade right on. This foil blade is awesome. Gives you an irresistible, sleek, utterly bare finish. It's literally like you have two trimmers in one with these two blade heads. Also, something I noticed that's nice, they have a dual temperature LED light. You guys will see as I turn it on, you can turn the light on and you can actually change the color of the LED light just like that, just with one touch of a button. You get a couple different temperatures. It's pretty cool. And if you're a part of the OG Manscaped fam, guys, this trimmer still has all the same features that we absolutely love. A rechargeable lithium-ion battery with USB charging, RPM technology for top-notch performance. It's waterproof. I bring it in the shower with me all the time. So guys, what are you waiting for? Join the 10 million men that trust in Manscaped over at manscaped.com/throne. Of course, I have a discount link for you guys. When you use that link, it's linked in the description. You'll get 20% off plus free international shipping. I absolutely love Manscaped's products, not even just the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. I use their Beard Hedger every day. I use their Weed Whacker every day. I absolutely love the Shears Nail Kit. They have tons of stuff over there that you guys are going to absolutely love. Check out manscaped.com/throne. Thank you so much for sponsoring. Now let's get back into the video. Let's hop into this. Michael Vick, the first card. And it is a tragedy that I have to do this. It is. Michael Vick's just got to go in F tier for me. It sucks, man. It does. I didn't mention this when I was factoring or talking about my factors, but it only applies to like 2 cards on the entire list. I don't think lefty QBs are as good as righty QBs. They get knocked down bare minimum 1 tier pretty much because of it. Lefty QBs are glitched. They're bad at rolling out to the right. I mean, like way worse than righties are at rolling out to the left. Now, granted, I'm also used to using righties. It's very ingrained in my mind how I need to escape a blitz if I'm going to the left or to the right with a righty, where with a lefty, it's just not second nature like that. So I don't like it either, but it is also literally glitched. They are worse at rolling out to their opposite hand. The other aspect of them that's not good is, and you can get past this one, but similarly to the previous point, handing the ball off is much slower to the non-dominant hand with lefties. So if you have a righty QB, you want the running back on the right side. If you're running a run play, it's quicker that way. Almost never snap a run play if the running back's on the left, unless it's like a certain run. And with lefties, you do have to flip all your runs, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Pretty much everything says Lefties got to get moved down about a tier. And Vic's already like a mid-ass QB as it is. Not the worst release. Three quarters one is Lamar Jackson. So pretty solid release. No gunslinger. 87 speeds, obviously solid. Accuracy ratings leave a lot to be desired. 83 medium accuracy. Like try high ball on a medium route. You won't be able to throw it. Decent throw power, but can't really compare. This card, just in comparison to everybody else, I think is an F tier QB. And I'm not going to have many F tier QBs. I'm not going to have many S tier. I won't even have many A tier. It's going to be most of them are in B, C, and D. So Vic being an F, it sucks, bro. I want Vic to be good. I just don't think that Vic is that great in a game like this. Next up, Russell Wilson. I loved this card. Now, I know I mentioned hot routes. His hot routes are pretty mid, or actually kind of arguably bad if you're not great with them. There are ways to glitch him, to make him better, to be able to hot route quicker, and also if you like no huddle or audible between different formations, more than one formation over, his hot routes are actually really good. And Russell Wilson's solid. When he was on the Team of the Week theme team, he was 87 speeds. That's kind of the way I remember him. Now, is he ever worth the price? No, he's 1.22 mil right now. 3/4 2, solid release, good throw power, good accuracy stats. Really solid card. I actually think this is an A tier quarterback even without the theme team boost. I really liked Russell Wilson. I thought it was a solid card. Next up, we're coming up on one of the best quarterbacks in the entire game. We got two versions of Andrew Luck. I would highly recommend to almost everybody to just grab the lower version. He's going to be top of A tier for me. And the big version of Luck is going to be S tier. And you could actually just throw them both in S if you really wanted to. I kind of want to distinguish between the two. But if you were to look, guys, it's 1 speed and like 2 accuracy on everything between the two cards. Actually, does this card have higher deep accuracy? Yo, that's insane. I've never noticed that. But 2 lower throw power, over the top 2. Very generic release, but still a solid card. Really good speed. He gets gunslinger. That's like the biggest thing. He's like the fastest gunslinger quarterback that we have in the game as of right now. That's not named Lamar Jackson that just dropped today, but I'll have a lot to say about him. But I think Andrew Luck, obviously an S tier QB, and then if you want to throw this one in here as well, you could. This card I would highly recommend as a starting option for you guys. I wouldn't even recommend to get the limited. Both Luck cards, awesome in this game. Next up, Brock Purdy. Kind of a harder one to grade, guys. I put him next to Joe Burrow because these cards are just both so similar. Same release, same speed. I'll show you them. It's over the top 4 is what we have on this. Over the top 4 for each of these cards. Now, and essentially the same speed, essentially similar throwing stats. So they should be graded the same, but an issue, I'll throw Joe Burrow in B and Brock Purdy in C. Joe Burrow's hot routes, really, really good. Brock Purdy's mid at best. Like mid at best. They're not as bad as some of the other ones on this list, but they are not good at all. And I think that's enough to warrant a 1-tier difference. Before I was going to make this list, I actually thought they were just going to be interchangeable, like the exact same card. But I went and tested out Brock Purdy's hot routes. No bueno. So that was a card I never used. But yeah, Brock Purdy C, Joe Burrow B. I think that's fair. Almost filled up all the tiers already. Next up, we have Tom Brady. And this might be wrong, but I'm going to throw him in B. I think his release is good. Over the top 3, I really didn't mind. I thought his release was pretty good. Maybe it's mid, I'm not sure. But he does get Gunslinger. By the way, all these cards have Gunslinger, if you haven't noticed or if I didn't say it. Big deal. Once you start getting to these, B tier and up, they're all going to have Slinger. But Tom Brady is slower, has decent accuracies and stuff, and great hot routes. Awesome hot routes. He's like the best slow QB in the entire game. But I don't know, man. It's like 72 speed stock. I think, yeah, 72 speed stock with good attributes across the board. Great hot routes. Low B. You could throw him in C, and I wouldn't be upset about it. And if you guys have cards that you're going to rank higher than Tom Brady, I totally understand because this is a slow QB. And I do think speed is a valuable asset to have for QBs. I actually played a bit with this Jameis Winston card. Jameis here has the over-the-top 2 that's like by far the most common release in the game. It's just the definition of mid. It's a mid release. It's like it's fine. You can use an over-the-top 2 QB. Not great speed and worse hot routes than Tom Brady. I'm gonna throw him in C, bro. Like he has to be worse than Tom Brady. I would use him probably over Brock Purdy. I think Jameis's hot routes were better, but I'm really not sure. But regardless, probably like a C tier quarterback, brand new QB, and He doesn't really move me like that, man. He just doesn't. Next up, Jordan Love. So he's Slinger 1 is what this 3/4 3 is, okay? So he's like an Aaron Rodgers with 82 speed. I think Jordan Love's going to go in like, I mean, no slinger. No slinger. He's a D tier QB. And might as well rank A-Rod at this point too. A-Rod's a slower Jordan Love. A-Rod's going to be bottom of tier D just because damn near the same card, but big speed difference. Jordan Love's still solid. It's not like he's like the worst card ever, but once you start talking about QBs without Gunslinger, they don't move me, man. Not in this economy. Not on October 31st. Not the biggest fan of them. Patrick Mahomes is a hard quarterback to rank, dude. Just a very difficult quarterback to rank. Lower 3/4 1. Pretty sure not a bad release. Solid speed. Great attributes across the board. Actually gets some okay X factors because he's an AKA. So like, I've seen people actually really abuse this run and gun X factor, which is pretty cool. Because he gets it, or it's I guess it's this one, the AKA run and gun vintage, which is pretty cool for 2 AP. Can even get backyard QB, but for me personally with Mahomes, broken hot routes. Pretty much can't hot route. Damn near the worst hot routes in the entire game. Like tied with a few other players. Bad. Hard quarterback to rank. He does do some really cool things. I feel like it's like almost wrong for me to rank him ahead of Jordan Love. I would personally use Love above Mahomes, but I could see where people could do some stuff with Mahomes and his speed, the X factors he gets. I'm gonna throw him in the bare, just bottom of C, and that's, I feel like, being generous. And it stinks because it's a Mahomes card, but that's just kind of where he is. Jaden Daniels, I used the card for a long time. I actually really like Jaden Daniels. He just doesn't get slinger. He's very outdated now. 87 speed. It's a rookie premier. Not everybody had him. 3/4 1. Like low-key, actually really low throw power. I feel like I'm kind of overrating him, putting him above some QBs. And oh god, this card might be bad, dude. I'm gonna put him in just mid D, just kind of where a lot of the QBs are gonna fall. It doesn't do much that other QBs can do in this game. Drew Brees, the slowest slinger QB with the worst release of all of them. So he's same speed as Tom Brady, does get gunslinger. It's gonna be 5'11". I'm not sure whether that factors into things in a game like this. Lower throw power. This over the top 5 is terrible. Drew Brees has god hot routes. So he's always had good hot routes in Madden, and they've kept his hot routes from his actual player model from years past. But he's just got to go in like low to mid C. I mean, I got to put him above Mahomes just because having slinger, even with a bad release and he does have good hot routes, which Mahomes cannot hot route. I said I'd put him bottom C. I'll put Mahomes bottom C, and Brees is just like right there. Worst of all the gunslinger QBs in my opinion. Anthony Richardson, another hard one to rate. I guess we have a bunch of hard ones to rate here in a row. Anthony Richardson, let me peek at him quickly. So good speed, 88 speed makes him one of the fastest QBs in the game. Has lower 3/4 too, and good accuracy ratings and such. Probably the best of all the non-slinger QBs, which sounds crazy that I'm putting Mahomes ahead of him then. I guess then Richardson just needs to go above. It might even go above some of these guys. Like I would use Richardson over Brees. I'm pretty sure. I don't know about over Purdy or Winston. It's close. A lot of people aren't going to be happy with this because people love AR5. Like they've loved this card. I could throw him in top C. You know, he's a C tier QB. Looking at this list, doesn't really matter where I put him. But a non-slinger QB, hard to be higher than C. He can't be, in my opinion. Next up, Randall Cunningham. We're going to learn a lot about Randall Cunningham when this card actually drops. Good release on Randall Cunningham. So he has generic release. I thought they gave him the Lamar. Never mind. So over the top 2, we mentioned that's the most generic release. It's it's generic 2 from last year. It's the most common release. It's very mid. But, you know, we're talking about a card that, if I can get back to Randall, with 91 speed, great throwing stats, every theme team. So he's actually going to be 92 speed. Now, I don't know if his set feet lead is going to fit. I don't even think I would use set feet lead on him, even if you could fit it in the 4 AP, because it's set feet lead's listed as 5 AP right now, but we have a 4 AP cap. Regardless, just has to be an S tier QB. He's probably going to be QB1 when he does drop. Even with a mid release. Hey man, I just don't think that release is like the most, you know, it's not the end all be all like it's been in years past. This will probably be the best card when he does drop. Just assuming his hot routes are decent, which for most of the generic legends they have been. Yeah, Randall Cunningham, S tier, but we don't really know yet. We haven't used him. Caleb Williams, hard one to rank. Actually, a bunch of these, I've said everyone's hard to rank, but it's just like, you just toss them in D and move on with your life. Like, do I even need to look at them? Do I need to look at Justin Fields? Like, what does Fields do better than most of these guys? Like, and same with, like, I could throw a few others. Kyler, I'd put the exact same. I would put Mariota right there, too. Like, I would go, like, this order probably for these four. I consider them just all so similar. No, they don't really move me. I just don't. They're just D tier quarterbacks. Like, I think I'd rather use Love than those guys. Honestly, you could probably argue Jaden Daniels lower, but I used Jaden Daniels for so long. A little bit of bias in there. I enjoyed Jaden Daniels. I'll put him I'll keep him up. I'll keep him up higher. It feels wrong to do. I'll throw Jaden Daniels somewhere in the middle. It's not that important. Next up, we have the brand new Lamar Jackson. Obviously one of the best quarterbacks in the game every single time he drops, but guess what? Guess what EA did this year, boys? Ruin Lamar Jackson's hot routes. You can glitch him to make him a little bit decent. If you can glitch him and you can throw him in A. If not, he's B or C, bro. Like, I'm going to throw him in B, I guess, just because, yeah, I'll throw him in B. Lamar's release is solid this year, boys, with the 3/4 1. 90 speed's great. Really great throwing stats. You know, the throw power leaves a little bit to be desired with some of the higher throw power QBs that are coming out. But I was hoping this card could be better, but Lamar Jackson hot routes just not great these days. There's a world where I would actually put Burrow ahead of him. If I had to play a game like for my life, I think I'd use Burrow over Lamar. No, I wouldn't. I know how to glitch hot routes. Who am I kidding? But I haven't used the card yet either. I just have heard from people and I've watched him play, so I'm familiar with him. Taysom Hill, this is a card that a lot of people rank honestly pretty highly, and I actually have some big issues with them. So let's go take a peek at Taysom. So in terms of release, over the top 2, we were mentioning that's generic 2 from last year. It's just the most common release in the game. It's mid, not good, not bad, I guess. Every theme team, that's cool. So he's going to be 90 speed. 89 throw power is fine. Doesn't really, like, these throw accuracies are bad. And then this might be some tinfoil hat stuff, boys, but I've watched this card play. Throw tight spiral being no. I'm not sure what other quarterbacks have it, but I really noticed it on Taysom, and it just feels like the ball almost lofts more with it. People are going to like this card. Don't get me wrong. There are people that are going to put this ahead of Luck. I'm not gonna. I'm going to rate Taysom Hill mid. I'd probably use him over Lamar Jackson. He's in B tier somewhere. He does get Slinger, so that's the nice part about him. These are hard to do, dude. Just so many things factoring in. I could be wrong, and I definitely could amend this after you. I think I could do this on multiple different days and have different lists each day. But regardless, Goff, I hated him in the most feared event. You can glitch his hot routes, but they're bad if you don't know how to. I mean, I guess he gets Gunslinger. When I put Goff as the worst gunslinger no, I would put him ahead of Breeze. Breeze still the worst gunslinger quarterback, but I do forget Goff gets Slinger. I actually think Goff might have some other cool things about him. What other abilities does Goff get? It doesn't show it here, but I think he gets like some X factors that are cool. I don't know. I'm never gonna be caught dead using a Jared Goff though, so I'm pretty cool with throwing him in C just above Breeze. Lawrence, I mean, this card was ahead of his time when he dropped. He was damn near the best quarterback in the game. I loved Trevor Lawrence at the time. You know, his release is mid. His hot routes you can glitch so they become decent, but in this economy, dude, he's worse than all these cards in D tier, I believe. Next up, Michael Penix. Now, here's where we run into an issue, boys. I talked about how much I hated lefty QBs. Let's go take a peek at Michael Penix, though. That's not the right card. Michael Penix, fully maxed out, free card. 84 speed. Solid. Lower 3/4 2, great release. It's damn near like Slinger 1. He is a lefty, has lower throwing accuracy stats, a little bit lower throw power. I'm going to put him in B below. His release is good, dude. It is good. You could, Penix, being lefty. There are people that I know, comp players that would put Penix in A, and I could totally understand it. For me, he's just going to go somewhere top B. I'm not sure where. So many cards I kind of haven't used. And is there a huge difference between them? I don't know. I'll put him behind Taysom, I guess. CJ Stroud, another F tier QB. That's going to be my only other F tier QB, which is crazy because we have Josh Allen, 85 overall left on this list. CJ Stroud, bad hot routes, bad release. Doesn't really do much for me. I don't know if I'd use him over Vic. Stroud being the righty, I might. Again, I mentioned with Penix, like Penix the lefty too, but just Vic does nothing, bro. Like Penix gets slinger. Like that's the cool part about Penix. He has to be higher, and he has a great release. Yeah, I don't know, man. Josh Allen, bottom of D tier, but here's the thing. Josh Allen, awesome hot routes. Josh Allen, awesome release with gunslinger, especially. The next Josh Allen quarterback, when he gets slinger, is very likely QB1 in the game. This card, I think I could go win 10 games in Gauntlet with the Josh Allen, which is crazy. This is damn near a launch card. Like, just great quarterback card. Still at the bottom of D, but I would put him ahead of Stroud and Vic, personally. Last up, we have Will Levis. And I've actually seen some more casual players hate on Will Levis. I think this is an S tier quarterback in the game right now. Slinger 1 with gunslinger. A little bit lower speed, so Will Levis right here. Bump him up 1 because of the breakout badge. He's going to be 80 speed. That 3/4 3 is Slinger 1. Accuracy ratings do leave a little bit to be desired. Great throw power, especially for a card that came out a while ago. This card is well over a month old, and I think it's still an S tier QB. I'm happy with this list. I think I am. There's some stuff that, yeah, like I mentioned, you may ask me tomorrow and I would rank the list a little bit differently. A lot of cards being interchangeable. Some cards do certain things better. Breeze being a slinger and Mahomes being a non-slinger with bad hot routes. Breeze, great hot routes. Breeze, slow as shit. Mahomes, fast as hell. Mahomes gets running gun X Factor, aka Breeze, bad release. Like, there are things that, I don't know. Rating these cards seems so hard. But at the top end, I feel pretty firmly about this. You could throw the captain here. Having Wilson as my only A tier quarterback would feel kind of wrong. Like, you could do this, and you could even do this. You could genuinely do this, and I'd be happy with it too. But we'll throw them all down. Doesn't really matter too much. Let me know where you guys disagree. This is the end of the tier list. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you want to watch more tier lists. Check out my last video here. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, by the way, just in terms of price, go out and get Will Levis or this luck right here. These are the two options, and it's not even close. Will Levis, by the way, cheap as hell. Like, well, I don't think you guys will be able to see his price. 100,000 coins. Go get Will Levis. You won't regret it. I'll see you guys in the next one.